And we are live right now with a member representing Enugu North and South Federal Constituency, the person of Mr. Chimobi Atu. Good to have you. Good morning.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we're talking about the economic realities of Nigeria as it stands right now. Everyone is complaining. In fact, this morning's paper, governors complained and said that things are harsh. They are admitting that things are harsh, but then they are still backing the economic policies of this government. I don't know what your reactions are, but first of all, I just want to say that I've followed you since you came into office in in June 2023, and I've seen the empowerment programs that you have consistently done in your constituency. I wanted to find out how, for you, the people of your constituency are responding to this particular interventions that you have done. I know of the interventions on empowerment for women, for youths, and there are so many really. How are people responding? And do you think that Nigerian youth are ready to take the bull by the horn, especially as it relates to what we're facing right now?
Thank you very much for the question. I'll first of all thank the Enugu North and South Federal Constituency for believing in us, because without them, we won't be where we are. For the question you asked me, how do they feel, or how are they responding? I will tell you comfortably that they are happy with what we are doing, because I told them it's only my face that we use to contest the election. It's my face that I see in the National Assembly, but all of us are together in that. So anything I want to do, I consult them. What do we do? I don't want to give my people white elephant projects, costly but worthless. I always like to give them what will impact their life. As you said, the hardship in the country is so much because Nigeria never thought of going out from consumption to production. They dwells mostly on consumption, not in production. And that is what affects us so badly. We are trying to do our best as a lawmaker, knowing fully that we are not executive. We don't have our allocation. Our own is to represent the people, say what they want us to, because it's their mandate.
Absolutely. I mean, but again, some people will say that you people are there, you are in government, you should be able to tell the president this particular policy, can you just stop it? Our people are complaining. I'm sure you have heard these complaints. It's not like you live with this, you live in that community. So you know these things and they come to you every day. So they're saying that this position you are taking is not their position. Oh, it's government that is executed, you are not your lawmaker. But how come that the National Assembly is not telling the presidency, look, this particular one, drop it. This increase is too much, drop it.
I will comfortably tell you that we'll do so. You know, sometimes the national politics might not be the same like what you play in your house. Some people, set of people that benefit from it. You know, in politics they say majority carries the votes. You may render your own voice, but what matters is that how do they do it? We have been saying it. Even the hardship is striking everybody. Both the big, the small, and whatever you may think of.
True.
Because representing the people, and you know the kind of number of calls you receive in a day is so alarming. You know the people are suffering. And you know, in a country or in a state or in a community, one person is rich. I'll comfortably tell you that person is the most poorest person. We feel the heat so much. You move on the streets, seeing that people are fighting because they can't even have a food to eat. Even water, good water to drink. It affects every one of us. I feel for Nigeria. I feel for myself. I cry when I see people suffering. That is why, in my own little way, I try to do my things. Like the empowerment you are talking about, the palliative. Anyone that I got from the government, I will come and deliver it to my people. Because to know if that will ease off the stress they're undergoing. Because I know if they're happy, I'll be happy. If they're sad, I'll be sad.
Like you said, that some people, they might not concur to the policies, that is going on. But I want to ask, what role is Nass playing, in formulating policies that elevate this hard cost of living, policies that will help, to tackle inflation currently?
Okay, price control is meant for the executive. You only make laws, they are the one to enforce it. It's easy to make laws, but who will enforce it? The police, the army, all the security agencies, they get their direction from the executive. What will you do? When you check the Nigerian Constitution and the laws which we have made, you see it's a very beautiful. Who will execute it? And law doesn't give us the power to execute it. It's the executive that gives the power to execute the laws. We're doing our best.
Okay, so your empowerment has empowered a lot of people. There are still some that are still ongoing as we speak.
Yeah.
I understand that. So maybe you would tell us a little bit about it, the several ones that you have done, and then the ones that are still ongoing, and then your future ones, because I also know you have these plans. I've spoken to a few of the people who have gained a thing or two, and they also mentioned that I've spoken to them, and so you just tell us those empowerment programs that you have done.
Okay. Let me start from last year. Last year towards January, the then SS3 students, when they want to write their WAEC, I found out some of them, I was moving on the street, I saw one little girl. I was asking her, why don't you go to school? Because I felt that she should be in the school. She said that he doesn't have money, that he's supposed to enroll in WAEC or NECO as at that time. I said, damn, why don't you? He said that the father and the man has nothing to. And she's hawking pure water.
Wow.
I feel so bad. I said, has he gotten to that? I asked her, what's the name of the school you attend? I was thinking maybe he'll call a private school. He said it's a government school. I said, it's not that the parents is so rich to put her in private school. Even at that government school, they can't even afford to pay for her WAEC and school fees. I feel so pained. I said, okay, no problem. I called my education committees and told them to go to then 28 private government schools to check those people who have not paid their WAEC and school fees. On getting to there, we found out most of them are very brilliant students. But the problem is that their parents cannot afford to it. And education, if you want to get things right, educate the society. All these criminalities and other things will be a thing of the past. We'll have to pay for their WAEC and their school fees. As God may have it, some of them pass their WAEC. Some of them will pay even for their jam. Some of them have gotten their admission. Why do I do so? My father used to tell me, whatever you are going to do, that people will say, even you, don't do it. I said, why do you say, even you? He said, it's only someone who knows what is right and wrong that they will say, even you. Educate the child so he or she will know when he's stepping beyond the boundaries to come back. So people will not tell you, even you. Because they know the right thing and the wrong thing. So that is one of the things we engage in education. Not quite long. During that early 4 months ago, within 4 to 5 months ago, we trained people on chemical production. That is what I told you about, from consumption to production. All these young children, we need to give them a foundation which they will stand on. Even Bible says, if the foundation is not strong, what can the righteous do? What kind of foundation are we laying for our children? What foundation are we laying for the future generation? If only we want to make this country a better place for every one of us, it starts from the foundation. We train them so they can be the CEOs. Catch them young. It's not about politics. What kills our society is about every small thing.
Politics.
They politicize it, which is not good. Or when you want to do that such a thing, you start to think about this is not from my party or this is from my party. But everybody voted for you for a better change. So we finish that. And I'm comfortable tell you that we are targeting plus or minus not like 500 students to pay for them. WAEC.
Another one.
And we have started the process.
That's good.
That's
Only
beautiful.
people who is willing and ready to go to school, intelligent ones, in government school, not in private school. Because I know anybody who sent his or her children to go for private school, maybe is average. So there's then this present project we are doing now, training of people on installation and maintenance of solar street light. You know that the world is changing from fossil fuel to alternative power supply. How do we make it? How do we get ready? With this solar light, who will install it? Who will maintain it? Because this country, Nigeria, lack maintenance culture. We want to imbibe it in our youth. Knowing fully that 60% of the population of this country, Nigeria, lies on the youth. And you can't say that you have a plan for someone who doesn't come close to know that you have a plan for them. You won't be building a house for me without calling me to know if I like this design. They should be involved in policy making. They should be involved in nation building. That is one of the major things why we say we should do things that will elevate our youth, because they are the major population, youth and the women.
True. All right. I mean, so many persons have argued severally in different fora that this hardship we were facing is the same thing that would have happened if it were Labour Party that won that particular election. You are of Labour Party stock. Three of the candidates, the major candidates that contested that election, said they were going to remove subsidy. So the same subsidy that was removed is what everybody have been shouting that Tinubu wants to kill everybody. But it's the same thing that would have happened if it were Peter B that won, if it were Atiku that won. Everybody was headed towards deregulation. And it's just what is going to happen. So no matter what, do you think Labour Party would have done differently? What specifically do you think Labour Party would have done differently if they had won that particular 2023 elections?
Even those people that are saying it know that Labour Party, our leader Peter B, will do more better. Because they say uneasy lies the heads are where they're crowned. You check the antecedent of what he has done before now. Not about because you want to contest the election, everyone wants to be in the power without having plans. You define your goals and work towards it. The policies they made is because of the hard work what Peter B said that he will do. And he has the plans of doing it. They just jump into it because Peter B said that he will remove the fuel subsidy. He has a plan. If he remove it, see the alternative.
Okay.
Okay, now they remove their own. Do they have alternative? They don't have plans. Labour Party has their plans.
So what would have been the alternative if the subsidy had been removed on the Labour Party?
One, the alternative is that we bring Nigeria from all walks of life, experts. We'll start telling them what do we do to build our nation. All of them will bring them their own ideas. Not compensating them because of you are from my party. You go for technocrats, people who knows it. You will recall during Goodluck Jonathan invited Ikonji Iweala You know of it. They invited Professor Batinaj in power and many other brilliant Nigeria who helped in the economy. And you see that things were very more better. So I know if Labour Party were in the party or in the government, things will even be better. Even hearing that the P2B is in the government, all these corrupt leaders, they will flee away. But because of maybe, you know, I used to tell my friends, a man can only see where his or her eyes can take him. I'm not saying that these people are not doing great, but they only see where their eyes have taken them. But I know that P2B will see more better. He will see farther.
Let's talk about the party politics. Recently, there was a summit in Abia State where Peter Obi handled, and there was this interim chairman that emerged. Then Abure went to court, and court said that he was the authentic member of the chairman of the party. And I'm wondering, what is the extent of that crisis? Where are we now in that particular crisis? Who is the chairman of the party, and where you were headed to from the standpoint of where we are right now?
My brother, even in a family, you have more than 2 or 3 kids. You must have a challenge, with the ability to handle it. No party that doesn't have issues, but you can know that our own issues is not an issue.
It's not?
It's a brotherly love. We'll handle it. We'll disagree.
No, because
okay,
again,
it's not an issue, it's a formal issue.
Yes, we'll disagree.
Informal crisis.
I mean, it was shocking because the entire people of the Labour Party stock went to that Abia convention. And Abure, was really, really furious. And at some point, he even mentioned that the 2027 ticket is now open for everybody because he actually was reserving it exclusively for Peter Obi. So,
we're in democracy.
Okay.
You have freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want to. Even 2027, if you want, you can contest.
True.
Nigerian Constitution said that in as much as you are up to 18 years, you are eligible to vote and to be voted for. That is the thing. Saying that it's open, who closed it before? So, like I said, in Labour Party, we are a family.
Okay, so who is the Labour Party chairman right now?
You are not a Labour Party man.
for the benefit of people who don't know.
All I know that we will have our leader.
Okay.
In politics, loyalty is 100%, not 99%. As far as I'm concerned, P2B remains our leader.
Yeah, but there should be a chairman of he's not the chairman of the party now. There should be a chairman of the party. So
our leader will tell us.
Okay. Let's come back to the policies, the economic policies, implemented by the government. What accountability mechanism do you think Nass, National Assembly, have in play, to monitor the economic policies implemented by the government?
Okay, I think we have discussed it before now. The policies, economic policies, like I said, we are doing our best. We know that things is not easier for Nigerians. We feel for it. Even us in National Assembly, we feel for it. But we are trying to, because in National Assembly, we have the leadership of the National Assembly has constituted a committee that will go and discuss with the executive, because things are not working the way we felt it should. And I believe that with time, they'll come up with their reports, so I will know the best way to go. But I'm comfortable telling you that National Assembly is not happy with the hardship Nigeria are facing.
Okay, recently something happened. I'm sure you followed it as well. One of your colleagues was involved in this altercation with a Bolt driver, and he came out and apologized. I don't know what you make of the situation and how it was handled, because he actually appeared in courts and then he was granted bail. what role do you think as individual rep member should play in terms of these kinds of interactions and relationship between you and ordinary Nigerians?
Actually, it's so sympathetic to see such a thing. As someone representing the people, you should care for them, even though sometimes emotions, you may be taken away by the emotions. I would even say that there must be something that leads to that. Does it mean that that cab person, in quote, as they said, knows that there will be a challenge that made him to start videoing it? What triggers it? Sometimes we are human. There will be something that someone will tell you. You remember those days when Zinedine Zidane were playing ball, the finals. One of the players just whispered to Zinedine Zidane, "Black monkey," but because he couldn't hold his temper, he knocked the person. I'm not trying to defend the person. I condemn the action in total. But we should think and look at what causes it. What did the person say to the person, the lawmaker? Even Bible said that pray for those in authority because there will be a challenge. He might not be in a good state of mind because of the calls he has been receiving from his constituents before the incident. And you can hear that. You notice when he was making a call, say, "Why do you send this person to my house?" Maybe the person have said something or have done something that provoked him. But then, I will even say that he's supposed to hold his temper to find a better ways to handle it. Because I know, maybe because of hunger. And I will tell you comfortable that some people, being in a relationship, even people, your political enemies will use someone just to aggravate you, to make you to be angry, just to rubbish you. You recall when we won our election, some people started saying that we were a bus driver. You know that. You heard that.
Yeah.
And I laughed. They want to make me to be angry. But come to think of it, I say, okay, if I'm a bus driver, which means I'm a Nigerian, I'm supposed to vote, and I've been voting for people. And I have the right to be voted for. And I'm a graduate. I went to school. I'm not a criminal. Being a bus driver doesn't make me to be a criminal.
Absolutely.
I'm a Nigerian. And I have something I'm doing. It even shows that I'm adding to the economy of Nigeria. Unlike those people that have been there without having anything they are doing. They want to make me to feel, I'm not this, I'm not that. But yes, the answer I gave to them, yes, I'm a bus driver, but not a commercial bus driver. Taking my people where they ought to be, not where they want to be. And that is what we are doing.
Nice one. Okay, so to wrap things up right now. When Labour Party came, I mean, everybody was really excited. The vigor you guys used and sweep, some of those votes in the southeast, even in Lagos, Labour Party won, Abuja, Labour Party won. But it does look like this momentum is beginning to dwindle, beginning to come down. There was this accusation that you people have now started collecting SUVs, collecting cars from the federal government, and so you are supposed to have rejected it. So one would wonder really, what has happened to Labour Party? Are you people losing steam? Are you joining the bandwagon of the places that Nigerians want to move from? What exactly are we looking at?
Okay. I'm from a Labour Party.
Yeah.
What will you say about my activities in my constituency? Am I doing great or am I doing bad? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. In the issue of that SUV, even before being a National Assembly member, I know I have SUV. That SUV they gave to you is not your personal SUV for oversight. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
It's not us that bought it. It has been there. Even those people that have been there before now, they must give you an SUV for your oversight.
So it's constitutional.
It's constitutional.
So it's not like you can
It's
decide
not
to
like,
reject
you
it.
went, I just want to go and get it. Even in Enugu state or other states, you see a commissioner, they give them SUV. What they use it to do? It's not for oversight. To use it to go and do their
jobs.
yeah. Are you supposed to use your private car to do government work? Knowing fully that with time, you are representing the people. It's not about you. It's about the people that you are representing. If you don't get the car, the same people will say, they gave other constituency, and you didn't get their own. It's a constitutional matter.
Okay.
It's just like you working in this place, Signature TV. And I know Signature TV has their own
Official
vehicle. Will you use it or you use leg to go and do it? You remember those days when one of the former minister for transport was advising Nigeria, let's start to use bicycle. The same Nigeria said that the car would kill that man. What will you do to certify people? In as much as we are doing our job, I don't think. And they gave you only one car. In some states, you see commissioners, you have Prado, you have Hilos, you have backup, you have many. They didn't vote for them. They're just appointed.
Absolutely. Honorable Chimobiatu, what will leave it there. Thank you so much for your insight and input on today's program. We truly appreciate you, and we just hope that you continue, and maybe people around you would learn on how to expand the intervention that you've done to actually reach out to more people, you know, in the constituencies, and so that we can have more people, you know, pushed out of poverty. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for your time.
More. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This is where we come to the end of the program today. We are connecting to our Abuja studios for more programming.